People that were born to be by themselves and
he's right. No, he's right.
I mean, it sounds kind of fucked up, right?
Yeah.
But there's people who enjoy them, enjoy their own company rather than being with someone.
Some people, like, you see some guys, like, they meet their wives, like, in high school. Like, high school sweetheart, and they've been together, like, 60 years, like, 70 years old. I'm like,
right.
How do you do that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To me, that's that concept is, like, a foreign, like, concept. Like, I couldn't see myself in high school, college, adulthood, mid-age to, like, 7 years old with one person. Are you kidding me? It sounds boring.
What could be more desirable than a self-reliant man, a mgtow man, and the justification for that is as follows. The difference between a man who is a mgtow and a man who is independent is that the mgtow man knows how to limit the interference of any woman and prevents women from enjoying the privilege of manipulating their minds. An independent man also knows how to take care of his own financial needs. This is your personalized ladder to becoming a gentleman, and I want to say hello and welcome you back. In today's video, we are going to discuss the behaviors of men that frustrate contemporary women. Let's talk about independent men and how modern women appear to be afraid of men who choose to go their own way and make autonomous decisions without the need for female validation. Independent men choose to go their own way and meet their own needs without the need for female validation.
I think that girls don't actually see it in the world. They just want to be victims. Like when we're on the street saying, oh, all these men are trying to grape me, da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, is that her truth? Or is that really how the world is? Or I could walk down the street and be like, it's fine. And I could see a data point that is manipulated that says 1 out of 4 women were raped, right? You remember that one that was going around a couple of years ago? Even when that came out, I was like, no, that's off. Like, because what I see in the world, I don't think men are out there graping women like that.
The first thing about independence that you need to keep in mind is that even though women prefer men who are independent, they do not want their partners to have their own independent thoughts. This indicates that the man has an understanding of the physical world and his place within it. However, he does not have the knowledge of how to act independently without a woman constantly telling him to take action in order to move forward. Obviously, a move that would be beneficial to her in the long run. If you want boys and men to develop the characteristic of independence, then you really need to let them know that they are in charge of their own destinies, that they are accountable for the path that their life takes, and that they are the ones who make the decisions. You have to let them make their own choices and teach them the valuable lesson that mistakes are an inevitable part of life, and that the only way for them to become successful is to fail first and then figure out how to correct their mistakes. They will eventually develop enough character to be a little bit skeptical about the world. They will refuse to be led by others, and after making enough mistakes, they will really stop becoming followers. They will develop enough character to be a little bit skeptical about the world. Some of the men I know take the blue pill, which means they slavishly obey their wives and do whatever they are told. It's true that many of these men are independent and able to handle the responsibilities of a job and other commitments, but the woman they are with is the one in charge of their hormones, which in turn controls their brain's operating system. If you want a man to be truly independent, you need to work on improving his operating system first. Many people are obsessed with technology and what it is actually capable of doing. But an individual cannot become fully independent without first having his or her brain properly wired and programmed. Some people believe that mgtow is a philosophy that should be practiced in the modern world because life is simpler now than it has ever been. There's a good chance that philosophy is just a fancy word for human programming or operating systems. If you want boys and men to be able to be self-sufficient in a world where there are no safe havens, you need to subject them to painful experiences, challenges, and difficult situations. The majority of people have been trained or conditioned to deal with only minor amounts of stress. When I say that being independent involves being able to think quickly and on your feet, I'm referring to activities as fundamental as lighting a fire. For example, you could take a young child camping in the woods and ask him to light a fire by giving him an axe and some matches. Being independent involves being able to think quickly and on your feet. It is best not to assist him. Rather, encourage him to use his own initiative to come up with a plan for starting a fire and show him how to approach problem solving in life in a creative manner. There are many issues that are specific to men, And there is no solution that can be applied universally to address these issues. It is essential to show young men how to think through a number of possibilities, but it is equally essential to show them how to devise a unique answer that will work best for them when put into practice. Both of these lessons are essential. When they are just 16 or 17, the majority of adolescents must make a significant decision even if they are unsure about what to do with their lives, even if they are talented at it. This is because being independent involves making decisions about one's professional life at that stage. Alas, it is important to understand that the efficiency of a man to ignore a woman is what angers her and annoys her to the core. Blue pill men don't realize that when they submit to a woman, they have given her authority over their own logic. It is a widely known fact that women function on emotions and not logic, and when emotions are involved, a person is destined to be doomed. They let their partners decide for them and create these unrealistic expectations from men in a society where not every man is a beta male. A man who has worked on himself and developed dominance over other living beings is the mightiest of them all, and women don't like it because they love to stay in their bubble of being superior and a force of authority. Lastly, I would like to conclude by saying, do not give away your cum to these modern women who do not understand the importance of success and hard work. Development of masculinity and understanding the real mgtow logic will save you from these petty problems that belong to women and not men. That's it for today's video. Meet you tomorrow. Till then, keep taking a fair dose of red pill.